Thanks.
So your exam is on Friday. One. The one will be on Friday, 5th of. Okay. So it will cover chapter 2. It will cover chapter 2, 3, and 4. So chapter 2, 3, and 4. So you will do it at home. So we'll do it through the Zoom. So make sure you turn on your camera when you're at home, so that I can at least see you. So Zoom, so turn on camera. So the exam will just be nearly 50 minutes. So 50 minutes. or 1 hour. It will depend on how fast you will be.
And do you know how many questions yet?
Not yet. I have not even started. So yeah, I will tell you on Wednesday the sections where you.
Will it be on paper?
Yeah, so you just write it, or just put the exam in Moodle, the way I put the quiz, and then you just write it at home, take a picture, and then send it back to Moodle.
So you don't have to print anything out there?
No, you don't have to print it. Yeah. As long as you make sure that you write all the steps, like it should be clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So it should be clear. So if you have any question, you can ask before your exam. So you can call me or you can write a mail. Okay? Yeah. And then I think I have some office hours. You can check them. So you can check some office hours there. So if you want to meet me, then you can write a mail and then we can meet. All right. Any question? So today we're going to finish chapter 4. So up to here is when you will get your exam. So we finish with section 4.3, and this is still application of systems of linear equations. So the application of system of linear equations. So we'll do some of the examples again, like what we did on Friday. So maybe we can start by one of you can read for us number 1. Okay, so in Zoom, Travis and Eric, look at your notes, section 4.3, and then we want to do some of those examples there.
Okay. You want me to read example 1?
Yeah, you can read example 1.
Okay. Example 1, when she graduates college, Lydia will owe $43,000 in student loans. The interest rate on the federal loans is 4.5%. The rate on a private bank loan is 2%. The total interest she owes for 1 year is $1,585. What is the amount of each loan? Solution, let F be the amount of federal loans and P be the amount of private loans.
Okay, thank you. All right, so I say the first thing you do is you read the question, and then you need to check what is this guy asking for. So in our case, what the guy is asking for is what? The amount of each loan. So we are asking for the amount of each loan. And the loans are from what? Federal loan. So federal loan. So we can let federal loan to be what? Maybe F. Okay? And then the other one is from the private bank. We can let this one to be a P. Private bank. So we are looking for the 2 loans. What is the amount of federal loan? The amount of the private loan. Do you guys get loans?
Yeah.
So what, do you pay your school fees through your pocket?
Some of them.
It's very expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. So if you get your loan, there is some interest that they charge you. There is a loan that you get from the private bank or the federal loan. So what will be the amount for each of the loan? So the question says, when she graduates college, Linda will owe 43,000 in student loans. So 43,000. So it will be the federal loan plus the private loan. So it will be the federal loan plus the private loan. So the total loan will be what? So it will be F plus what? P equals to what?
43,000.
43,000. 43,000. So federal loan plus the private loan equals to 43,000. Then again, it says the interest rate on the federal loan is 4%. So on federal loan, Linda gets an interest of 4.5% interest. Of what? Of the federal loan. So she will pay the loan plus interest. So the loan plus interest. Then, and the private bank loan is 2%. Private bank is 2% interest. The total interest she owes for 1 year was 1,585. So that means it will be 4.5% of what? So 4 over 100 of what? Of the federal loan, which is F, which we don't know, right? Plus 2 over 100 of what?
P.
Of P, which we don't know, equals to what? Equals to 1585. So that is the total amount of interest that they will pay. So that's the total amount of interest. So again, make sure you know that 4.5% is 4.5 over what?
100.
100. 2% is 2 over 100. Then now, from here, then we need to remove this denominator here. So we need to remove the denominator here, and then we simplify. So when we remove our denominator there, then what do we get? So basically, F plus P equals to 43,000. And then the other one will be, we multiply by what? 100, right? So we multiply here by 100. What we do here, we do it over here, 100. So what do you get? 4.5 F plus what? 2P equals to 15,500. 15,800. Okay? So 15,800. Then now we use either elimination method or we use what? Substitution method. Okay? Did you guys finish your homework? So there was a question on elimination and what? Substitution. So how you do elimination and how do we use the substitution there? So in our case, we can use what? Substitution here, okay? To make work simpler. So we take either F to the other side or P to the other side, and then we bring what you get here, okay? So we can do substitution. So we now say F equals to what? 43,000 minus what? Minus P. So let's say this one is equation 1, equation 2, and then this one is equation number 3. So we substitute 3 to what? To 2. We substitute 3 to 2. So where there is F, we multiply by this one. So it will be 4.5 multiplied 43,000 minus what? Minus P plus 2P equals to 15,850. So when you open the brackets, what do you get? So 4.5 multiplied by 43.
193,500.
193,500, right?
Yep.
Minus 4.5p plus 2p equals to 15,850. So we open the brackets. So 4.5 multiplied by 4,300 minus 4.5 multiplied p plus 2p equals to 15,850. And then now we collect the like terms. So minus 4.5p plus 2p is what?
Negative 2.52.
So negative 2.5p. Then we take 19,350 the other side. So equals to 15,850 minus 19,350. So 15,850 minus 19,350.
Negative 35,000.
So we get negative 2.5p equals to negative 35,000. So, and then we divide by what? Negative 2.5 divided by negative 2.5. So what will be our p?
14,000.
14,000. 14,000. Now, so we know the amount of loan that she gets from the private bank. Now, what will be the amount of loan that she gets from the federal? So it was F plus P equals to what? 43,000. So we know P is 1,400. So our F will be what? 43,000 minus what? 1,400. 14,000. So what is our F?
29,000.
29,000. So 29,000 what?
Dollars.
US dollars. Actually, most of these questions are, so long as you read well and understand what they are looking for, solving the other things is simple. So long as you know how to use elimination and how to use substitution, and as long as you don't make any error anywhere there. Okay? All right, so let's do number 2 is the same, similar. So we can do number 3. Number 3, yeah. So let's do number 3. So you can read for us number 3.
Allison needs 18 liters of a 5% saline solution. She has 1% solution and a 10% solution available. How many liters of 1% solution and how many liters of 10% solution should she mix to make the 5% solution?
Okay, again, it's said you need to do what? Read and understand what they are looking for.
Mhm.
So what is the question saying? It says, find what? How many liters of 1% solution and how many liters of 10% solution should she mix to make 5 solutions? 5% solution. So we can say, so we have 2 solutions there. So this is number 3. So we have 2 solutions there. So one of them is 5% solution. And the other one is 1% solution. Okay. So these solutions, there are two of them. So we can let X to be one of the solution, and then we let Y to be the other solution. Okay. So we can let X to be the one for 1%, and then Y to be the one of 5%. Okay.
I think it's 10%, isn't it?
Oh, 10%. The other one is 10%. 10%. So there are two solutions there, one for X and one for Y. Then the total amount of solution here is what? How many liters?
18.
18 liters. So you have 18 liters. So there is one for X and there is one for Y. So how should we solve this? So that means the X plus Y equals what?
18.
18. So that is the first equation. So we have X and then we have the Y, and the total amount is what? 18 liters. Then now, it says that she has 1% solution and a 10% solution. So these are the two of them. So 1% and a 10%. So how many liters of 1%? So how many liters of 1% solution and how many liters of 10% solution should she mix to make 5% solution? So how many liters of this 1% and how many liters of this Y for 10% will make 5% of this solution?
Would you do the same thing that we did with the first example where you times it all by 100?
Yeah, so here, all of it will be percent, so it will be the same. So therefore, the 1 for 1% is what? 1, X, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you now say 1 all over 100 times what? Times X plus 10 all over 100 times what? Times Y equals to what?
5 over 100.
5 over 100 over what?
18.
Over 18. Of 18. So 5 over 100 of 18. Okay? Are we together there?
Mm-hmm.
So this guy is making 5%. So if we mix this 1% and 10%, she will get, or he will get 5% of that solution.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So therefore, here you now simplify. So first one is X plus Y equals to 18. Then the second one, you can multiply everywhere by what? 100. And what do you get? You get X plus Y, 10Y equals to what? 5 times 18 is what? So what is 5 times
90?
90.
You get 9. So here, what do you use? So you go to equation 1 and equation number 2.
Elimination.
So we can use elimination method because this one is similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
So we subtract. So we now subtract. Okay. So X minus X is what? 0. Y minus 10Y is what?
-9.
Negative 9. Equals to 18 minus 90 is what?
-72.
Negative 72. So when you divide by negative 9, what do you get?
8.
You get 8. So the Y, which is the 10% of the solution, is what? Is 8. 8 what? 8 liters. So make sure you don't forget the units. Never forget the units. If you forget the units, you will get a -1, not even half. You get -1. Okay, so the next one is, let's look for the 1%. So x plus y, which is 8, equals what?
18,
So what is x?
10.
10 liters. So 10 liters. So we got 10 liters. So the confusing part was this one. The confusing part was this. Okay? So you should read very well. So you need to know 5% of that. Okay, so let's look for another one which you can solve. Number 4 is similar to the one which you have done. So let's do number 5 is similar, but let's do number 5.
I couldn't get that one last semester. I tried for like 2 hours and still couldn't get that one.
Number 4?
Number 5.
Number 5? Okay, so let's do number 5. It was in your exam, right?
I just remember getting this handout. It might have been on the exam.
Yeah. So let's do number 5. So one of you can read for us number 5.
I'll read it.
Okay.
Joseph would like to make 12 pounds of a coffee blend at a cost of $6.25 per pound. He blends ground chicory at $4.40 a pound with Jamaican Blue Mountain at $8.84 per pound. How much of each type of coffee should he use?
Mhm. Okay, so this is almost similar to what you just said. So it says, so what is our question here? How much of each type of coffee should he use? How much of each type of coffee should he use? So, and it says Joseph would like to make 12 pounds of coffee blend at a cost of 6.25 per pound. It blends ground chicory at $4.4 dollars a pound with Jamaican Blue Mountain and that one. So how much? So we can let, so we have 2 blends here. So we have the ground. So we have the ground chicory, and then we have the what? Jamaican blue something. So we can let the ground chicory to be G, and then we can let this one to be what? G. Okay. So it says Joseph would like to make 12 pounds of coffee blend at the cost of that pound. He blends G and J, those ones. So how much of each? How much of each? So we are looking for how much of each of these. So therefore, we have J and G to be equals to what? 12. So first of all, J plus G, what we are looking for equals what? 12. So each one of these will be equals to 12. And then now each pound is over there. So for the G is what? $4.4. So that means it will be 4.4. So you can put it here. 4.4 G, right? And then the other one is what? 8.4. 8.84 what? J equals to what? It is selling at 6.25 per what? Ton. Of what?
12.
12. So 6.25. That is what? That is 12. 6.25 times 12. So you have equation number 1 and equation number 2. Now let's solve this. So again, we can use here to make both simpler. We use what? Substitution method. So J equals to 12 minus what? Minus. So we take this one to the next equation. So substitute 3 to 2. So we have 8.84 multiplied by what? 12 minus G plus 4.4 G equals to, what is 6.25 times 12?
74.
74. 74. So open the bracket.
75.
75.
Forgot the one.
What did you get?
Just a second. 75.
75. So 75. Okay, so let's open the brackets. So 8.84 multiplied by 12.
$106.08.
146.08
Mhm.
minus 8.84 G plus 4.4 G equals to what? 75. Equals 75. So we take the 106 to the other side. So minus 8.84 plus 4.4. What do you get? Minus 8.84 plus 4.4. Minus 4.44. G equals 75 minus 106.08. 75 minus 106.08. Negative 31.08. So, and then you divide by negative. So what do you get for G equals to?
7.
7. So G equals 7 what?
Pound.
7 pounds. 7 pounds. So J plus G equals to 12. So what is our J? J equals to what?
5 pounds.
5. J equals to 5. All right. that is done. So we can do number 6. We can do number 6.
Do you want me to read it?
Okay, yeah.
Brandon has a cup of quarters and dimes with a total value of $3.80. The number of quarters is 4 less than twice the number of dimes. How many quarters and how many dimes does Brandon have?
So you guys, you should know what is quarters and what are dimes. You know that, right?
Yes.
Me, I don't know that.
Quarter is 0.25.
So quarters are what? So quarters are 0.25, right?
And a dime is
Dime is what?
0.1.
That means
0.1.
0.1. So 0.1. 0.25, 0.1. Okay, so what is our question there? How many quarters and how many dimes does Brandon have? So the question is, Brandon has a cup of quarters and dimes to the total value of 3.8. So how should we solve this? So how should we solve it?
Q plus D equals 3.80.
How about the, we know that dimes is 0.25 and the other one is 0.1 and then it comes to 3.80.
80.
So that means we say 0.25 multiplied by what? Quarters, right?
Mhm.
Plus 0.1 multiplied by what? Let's say D, which is dime, okay? Equals to what? The total value is what? 3.8. 3.8. So quarters, which is 0.25, and dimes 0.1 times D equals to the total value of 3.8. Then says the number of quarters is 4. Is 4. So the number of quarters, okay,
Mhm.
is equals to 4 less than twice the number of dimes. So the number of dimes is 2D minus what? 4. Okay. So the number of quarters is 4 less than the number twice the number of what? Dimes. So Q equals to 2D minus 4. So here we have equation number 1, equation number 2. Now, what do you use?
Substitution.
Substitution method. So you use substitution. So you take this one up here. So 0.25 Q 2D minus 4, sorry, plus 0.1 D equals to 3.8. Then we open the brackets. 0.25 times 2 is what? 0.5 Q, oh, sorry, D, minus 0.25 times 4.
It should be 1,
It should be 1, right?
or -1.
Yeah,
Negative 1 plus 0.1 D equals to 3.8. So 0.5 D plus 0.1 D is what?
0.6.
0.6 D equals to, you take 1 to the other side, which is what? 4.8. So what is our D?
Eight.
8. So our D is 8. Our D is 8. So what will be our number of quarters? So Q equals to 2 multiplied by 8 minus what? 4. So 8 minus 2, so it will be what?
12.
12. So we have dimes are 8 and quarters are 12.
Can you push that paper up a little bit?
So dimes are 8 and quarters are 12. Do you have the units there? So you just say dimes are 8 and quarters are 12.
Mhm.
So those are just the number of dimes and the number of quarters. Okay, so you should expect questions similar to this in your exam. So make sure you're ready. You should expect this very similar questions, very similar. So like, okay, so in your exams, most of the questions will be the application. Most of the questions will be applications in your final exam. Okay?
Oh, at the end of the semester, you thought?
Yeah, at the end of the semester. Most of the questions will be application. So make sure you read and understand. Don't just cram some of the things that you might get them wrong. So if you read, understand, how can you apply what you've done? Like here, the system of equations, we are applying them to solve the application problems here. So you should know how to use those methods to get the solutions for the application problems. So they will not be direct questions. They will just be the application. But for our exams, I might set most of the direct questions. So you can get like three or four application questions. And the other ones will just be direct. The first exam will be so easy. So I am expecting you guys to get 100%. The second one can be harder than the first because we'll have covered some sections which maybe you might not be familiar with. The third one will be more harder.
Is there just the 3? Okay.
Yeah, we have 4 exams.
Oh, we do have 4
So the first exam, the second exam, third exam, and the final.
on the final.
I think so. Yeah. There are 4 exams. So if you get 100 the first exam, then you'll be good. Second one, you get 94. Then you will be in a category of 100 of A. Third one, you get 90 or yeah, somewhere there. Then the final, you maybe you get 92. You get an A. Why are you laughing?
I got a 38 last time.
Yeah, you are not so serious.
Do we get to use anything for the exams? Any notes?
For the exam, you'll just do it at home, just like any other exam.
I see. But do we get to use notes?
Yeah, you just use.
Oh, you do?
this. Yeah.
Oh, hell.
We can use these.
Yeah, you use this one.
Hell, yeah. What? Okay. I feel a little better now. That 100 is looking a little better.
Okay, so let's do one more. Or you guys want to go home?
We can do normal.
Okay, so let's do number 8. Let me see number 7. Okay, we can do number 8. So one of you can, Eric, read for us number 8. Eric, are you there?
Eric, come in here. Eric, over. Do you copy Eric? Him back.
He's never here.
I don't know where Eric is, but I'll read number 8.
Okay.
Sherry saves nickels and dimes in a coin purse for her daughter. The total value of the coins in her purse is 95 cents. The number of nickels is 2 less than 5 times the number of dimes. How many nickels and how many dimes are in the coin purse?
Okay, so this is another portion you guys must know. So nickels. So what is
0.05.
so nickels? Our 0.05. 0.05. Then do you say dimes are what? 0.1. So the question is, how many nickels and how many dimes are in the coin purse? So Sherry saves nickels and for her daughter. The total value of the coins in the purse is 0.95. So if you save nickels and dimes, will you reach anywhere? These are smallest coin, right? Are these the smallest ones?
The dimes
The
are
dimes are
The
the
dimes are the
smallest.
the
smallest.
smallest ones, yeah.
So the value is 0.95, just like what we did. Do what? Say 0.05. So we can say this one is N and this one is D. So 0.05 N plus 0.1 D equals what? 0.95. 0.95. Then it says the number of nickels is. So the number of nickels is, so N equals what? The number of nickels is 2 less than 5 times the number of dimes. So 5D
5D
minus
minus
2. Then you just do the substitution. And then you get your solution. Get the solution. All right, so I will grade your, if you've not submitted your homework, make sure you submit them before 9, okay?
The quiz?
Yeah, the quiz. The quiz. And then your homeworks, I'll put them in Moodle, what you got, the percentage for each one of the sections there, okay? So I'll do it today.
Is the homework due tonight? There wasn't homework due last night, was there?
Yeah, there's an the quiz, sorry. The
Right,
quiz.
and the homework's due tonight?
I think there is some quiz which are due tonight, this one. So make sure you do them before you get 30%.
These?
I think they're due tonight.
Do we have to like take pictures of these and upload it?
Or on Newton?
Oh, the new one. So these ones are not home. These solutions for most of these are, you get solutions in I posted the solutions in.
I see. I was just confused because at the beginning of class, you asked if you turned our homework in.
Yeah, I think there are some homeworks in these which
I
are
think
due
it's due tonight.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So if you do the homeworks, you do the quizzes, then I don't think you guys will fail.
That's really
Even if you have your notes at home and you don't know how to solve them, it might be easier. That's what I'm saying. Don't cram them, okay? Just understand them. You can be having all kind of books there, but you might not be able to solve anything.
Right.
Yeah.
What happened last time in the final?
Yeah. So make sure you don't get 38, okay?
Hey, the final's hard. Was I on the final?
Yeah.
Yeah, the final's difficult.
They were not hard. Were they hard?
I just ran out of time.
See, that's how I was. I didn't take it from you, I took it from a different guy, but the way you have to do it all online.
Yeah.
I ran out of time with 5 or 6 questions left.
Yeah. The questions were so many. They were like 30 something.
Yeah, there was a lot of questions. Yes, there was a lot of questions.
That's what I'm saying. If you cram, you will not get it. Never mind.
Which may or may not be moved, right?
Yeah, so because they are setting specific questions, like what is this?
Mhm.
And then, the first few questions,
Mhm.
if you get it wrong, it is wrong. There is no partial credit.
Mhm.
So if you get it wrong, it is wrong. So
Mhm.
they just want to see the answer in most of the questions,
I see.
especially in final exam.
Right, I see.
Yeah, so if you get them wrong, that one is wrong.
Mhm.
But there are some questions, especially the questions which are 2 points. 2 points are 2 points.
Mhm.
It's not one. If you don't get the solution, they only mark the
So on the 2-point questions, if you get it wrong, it's wrong.
mostly the 2-point question is, if you get it wrong, it is wrong.
I see.
So the 3 and above, the 5-1,
You get
you
partial.
get some partial credit.
I see. Right, that's good. We'll rack up those half.
Yeah, all right, guys, I'll see you on Wednesday. So I'll tell you where the exams might come from.
Perfect.
Okay?